Hey, I'm Ben Silverio.
And I'm Ansel Burch.
And it's time to party. Dun, 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 dun,
We are not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please drink responsibly. We're not the doctor either.
We're not the doctor.
We don't make people better. We make people drunker.
Hopefully.
Or more amused. I'll take that.
I mean, that would be nice.
Man, what a treat this was.
Do you have a theremin?
Not on hand.
But you own a theremin.
I don't. You know, actually, I bought a theremin for a different person, but I have not purchased a theremin for my own foolishness.
That's disappointing. I feel like you would be the type of person to have a theremin.
I am definitely the sort of person to have a theremin. I simply don't own a theremin. It would not be surprising to have one in this apartment, though.
How does it feel to have your part of your brand be theremin?
Pretty good. I'll be honest with you. When you do enough weird shit that people think you might have a theremin, which, to be clear, you're not the first person to think I might have a theremin.
Oh,
I have occasionally gotten calls from people who needed a theremin and thought I might have one. So,
did that happen more than once?
Yeah, that's happened twice.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that.
And both times I had to be like, well, I don't, but I know somebody.
I know a guy. I have a theremin guy.
I got a guy. Yeah, I got Ellie Maitland. If you ever need theremin services, Ellie Maitland is not only the greatest Foley artist in the city of Chicago, she is also an owner of a theremin.
Mad respect to Foley artists, real quick, because holy crap, unsung heroes of entertainment. Truly. Plus, they look like they've got to be having the time of their lives.
Oh, if you're doing it right, yeah.
This week on Time to Party, we are talking about the legendary, the long-running, and sometimes long-winded Doctor Who.
Boo-woo.
There it is. Oh, party people, this show has been on for a long-ass time.
Mm-hmm.
But in its 60-plus years at this point?
Yeah.
It's not losing steam.
No.
Like, at all. Because now, Ansel, what number doctor are we at? Because this is still 15? Wild to me. So I understand the confusion in your voice. Because I, too, was very confused when Ncuti Gatwa's doctor appeared for the first time. Because yes, he is currently the 15th doctor. But the doctor before him technically was 13.
Mm-hmm.
But there was 13
a second time.
And there was 13 a second time.
Yeah.
If you watched the first specials for Doctor Who on Disney Plus, David Tennant returned to the role, but not as the 10th Doctor, but as the 14th Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as the curator once said, he likes to revisit some old favorites, right? And now we've been with the show long enough to see that happen. But now with Mr. Gatwa at the helm of the TARDIS, where we're very much into a new era of Doctor Who that's just as exciting and whimsical and timey-wimey as it's ever been.
Oh, yeah. And just, I think it's absolutely beautiful that they had a chance to chicken out and they didn't.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, like they're pushing that envelope and good on them.
And, you know, Russell T. Davies could have, who, by the way, returned for this series and this era of Doctor Who on Disney Plus. He returned after launching the show back in 2005.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Whenever it was that we got 11. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because 2005 was no, he started with 9. He was the one who relaunched the whole thing.
Oh, 9. Sorry. Yep. My
Yeah, it
brain.
was. You're thinking of
Yes,
Moffat,
I was. Yeah.
Stephen Moffat, who does return for this season and does an
Mhm.
episode, which is actually very good. I will maintain that Stephen Moffat is better used to write episodes rather than long
Then
arcs.
run the series. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Speaking of the 15th Doctor's run currently, we're mostly going to focus on the one episode since, time travel and stuff can take us all through the entire series, right? But this month on Time to Party, we're looking specifically at Christmas.
Yep.
So that's why we will be talking about the church on Ruby Road, where we first meet the new companion, Ruby Sunday. If you don't know about this episode, our friends at IMDb describe it like this. Long ago on Christmas Eve, a baby was abandoned in the snow. Today, Ruby Sunday meets the doctor, stolen babies, goblins, and perhaps the secret of her birth. That's a whole lot of things for
That's
one
a
day.
lot of things.
Ruby's going through it.
It's a hell of a birthday.
It's true, right? Like that's gotta be rough, right? Like sharing a birthday with a holiday.
Oh man, I mean, my birthday is the 27th, so I feel it.
Yeah, the closest holiday to my birthday is Valentine's Day, and it's far enough that people don't give a shit. So,
Well, and Valentine's Day is a bullshit holiday anyhow.
I mean, that's fair.
Not
so
that they're not
Ansel,
all bullshit, but
I mean, fair enough.
people care less about Valentine's Day. You don't have to devote a whole ass month to getting ready for Valentine's Day.
Right, unless you're in the greeting card industry,
Yeah, true.
which is much harder to break into than you'd think.
We speaking from experience? Have you?
I mean, I looked into it once.
Did you put in pitches for?
I was gonna make a joke, but that's not.
I bet
funny.
you could write a mean sympathy card, Ben.
Right? Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
That's the whole card. Sorry, bro.
You open it up, it just says, "Man, that sucks."
Oh man. So Ansel,
That's rough, buddy.
this is your first time watching this episode, correct?
Yes. I have been delinquent in my Doctor Who watching, and so this was my first chance getting to see this one.
Well, it's good that you finally started to catch up since the new Christmas special is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's coming right up.
So what was your first impression of Ruby Sunday?
I like Ruby. I think Ruby is interesting, at least in this episode, because it seems as though she is exactly the modern Doctor Who companion. Like, okay, yes, a girl with some sort of weird, mysterious thing going on, and generally a go-get-em attitude. Cool. All right, you're here for this. She's no Donna Noble,
No.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what Ruby Sunday's deal is from here. I do know that there is a lot more going on. But yeah, this episode, aside from establishing her mysterious parentage, didn't tell me anything about Ruby Sunday that you couldn't have told me by saying, there's a new Doctor Who companion, and I would have assumed everything else about her.
Yes. When I first laid eyes on Ruby Sunday, just purely from an aesthetic, like just on the outside, I got the vibe that she was a little bit like Clara.
Clara is exactly, yeah. Yep.
She has a very similar look, except she's blonde. And there, I guess part of her attitude is kind of punchy like Clara.
She's not so different from Rose either.
Yeah, right. Like it's almost like she's an amalgamation of the modern companions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little less Amy Pond, but no, maybe a little Rory Pond in there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I could see some Amy Pond in there. The whole
Yeah.
mysterious parentage thing suggests that there's some Amy Pond shenanigans afoot.
Yeah, that's true. But she she is a very fun addition to the Doctor's stable of friends. Because like every place that we see Ruby, it offers us a different look at the new Doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, this new Doctor is sexy as hell.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a really sexy Doctor. Like, sure, many of them are attractive, and I'm sure a number of people thirst after them. But I mean, have we really had a sexy Doctor since Paul McGann?
I think that there was an attempt to do sexy Doctor with Tennant. And not to say that David Tennant isn't sexy, but he definitely fell short of blatant thirst trap Doctor, which is definitely what we're getting with Ncuti.
Right.
Like this is that dance scene is thirst
man.
trap Doctor.
Absolutely. And but just he's so flirty in everything, right?
And a man in a kilt. I mean,
yeah, can't hate on that.
I aspire to look that good in a kilt.
Yeah, 15 just has this aura about him that's so magnetic, right? But isn't that really what the Doctor always is?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Doctor always has that quality, no matter the
incarnation. Yeah.
The incarnation, right?
I am curious to see, because I invoked it earlier, the Tennant I'm the Doctor, I make people better thing, which, I mean, every Doctor has their deal, right? We had the PTSD Doctor, we had I make people better, we had whatever Matt Smith's deal was. And to be clear, I liked Matt Smith just fine. I'm curious what his thing is going to be, because he doesn't seem to be as burdened by the grand design of the Time Lords.
Oh, you kind of even get a little bit of an allusion to that in this episode, where he's like, I just found out I'm adopted.
Right? Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah. So, like,
did I miss something? Because I mean, probably
you might have.
I probably did.
Yeah. That happened in the last couple, things.
Okay.
I think most of that came out during Jodie's run.
Okay.
Yeah, but some of that was real hard to follow at a certain point.
And I just haven't watched it yet. That's where I fell off. Yeah, that's how far behind I am. I haven't seen any of Jodie. She looks so good, and I'm very excited to see it, but I just haven't.
Unfortunately, I don't even know where to direct you to watch it, because I'm not sure where Doctor Who is prior to Disney Plus at this point. Because
it seems
for a long
to all
while,
be on Disney Plus.
Is it? I thought it was just the new Who that was on Disney Plus.
I ran into the old Who while trying to find the new Who.
Really?
They're in two separate headings on Disney Plus, but they're both labeled Doctor Who, which is very unhelpful.
Paramount Plus does that with Frasier.
Paramount Plus sucks a big bag of dicks.
It's true.
What
it's so
terrible
bad.
app.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
I love Star Trek so much, and they make it so hard to watch.
It's true. If it wasn't for Lower Decks and Frasier and Ghosts, I don't think I would use Paramount Plus for anything. But how hard is it to just? Well, okay. Also, they didn't have to call the new show Frasier. Like Frasier 2, Back in the Habit.
Frasier again.
The Frasianing. I don't know.
Awake in Seattle. I don't know.
Beantown Buddies. I'm just making stuff up now.
Are they back in Boston?
They are back in Boston, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which makes it even more
Frasier back in Boston. There it is.
There it is. That's easy as that. Frasier, we swear we're not trying to do Cheers again.
Yep. Cheers for Frasier.
Yeah, but then that would require them to actually put a character from Cheers other than Lilith in the show. So we still haven't gotten that.
I'm okay with punking them into that.
Oh my god. I just want
Do it, you cowards.
I just want one of them back. Just give me one of them.
He's around.
Honestly, the easiest one to slip back in would be Norm. Because Norm goes to every bar in Boston and they all know his name, as we've seen in Cheers. Because they go to Gary's, they go to a number of bars and they already know Norm's name. So if he went to Mahoney's, where Frasier hangs out now, they would know him there too.
Yeah.
It just
and you'd
makes
still get
sense.
to do the Norm bit.
Yep.
That'd be freaking perfect.
There's a musical number in this episode, and spoiler alert, it's this whole season feels very musical.
Oh, okay.
But since you haven't gotten to the rest of the season yet,
when you've got a doctor who can dance like that, I'm not surprised.
Oh my gosh. So how did you feel about this musical number in the Goblin ship?
It was charming. Like this, and I'm going to say that about the whole episode. Like, was this the best Doctor Who I've ever watched? No, not by a long shot. But was it charming as hell? Yeah, I'm into this. This was good. Like, okay, the whole concept of the goblins and the way that they travel through time is just freaking charming, and building it all up to a musical number just felt so perfect for the tone of this thing. Like it really, it took it from, I'm a little worried about the tone of this show to, oh, they know. Okay. All right. I'll shut up and let this happen now.
Also, you know, what better time to have a little bit of a musical number than the Christmas special?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like we were saying in our episode about Muppet Family Christmas, you know, it's good to have a little singing with your holiday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 'Tis the season.
Yes.
Plus a song about eating babies. I mean, how do you say no?
How do you say no? Oh my gosh. You know, that actually ties into my drinking rules.
Oh, go on.
Yes. So my first rule is take a drink when someone starts singing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
But I think I should clarify that you have to see them singing, because like there are carols all throughout this episode.
Oh,
so
okay.
you hear a number of songs, but once you see someone singing, take a drink.
Honestly, I think if it's intended to suggest that it's diegetic, you should go for it. Like if it seems like the singing is coming from within the scene, go for it.
There you go. Okay.
That way you get a little bit more juice out of the squeeze for that particular rule.
A good addendum.
Yeah. My first rule is to take a drink, and this is another less frequent one. So you may want to take a bigger drink. But every time the Doctor gets a new costume.
Oh yes, so many good costumes. Not only in this episode, but the whole season.
Yeah, he's not stuck with the one outfit the whole dang time.
He's not. There is this really great costume-centric episode. I don't want to say it's costume-centric, but like the costume is a big part of it. Where they meet the Beatles.
Oh.
So the era appropriate clothing for both the Doctor and Ruby are just stellar. The costume department blew this thing out of the water. It was just so good. Also, the choice to have the Doctor with an afro was a very good choice.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have that to look forward to.
I'm here for that.
One rule that will happen a lot, take a drink when someone says Ruby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, that's why I kind of gave an easy one for the first rule, but then the second one.
Gotcha. I see the method in your madness.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. So I also have one that is triggered on a word. So every time someone says the word rope,
There's a lot of rope talk in this.
it's a lot of rope talk.
Whole lot of rope talk. I'll bet that you can talk about rope for a good while, Ansel. Specifically knots.
Yeah, I could.
Why do you sound so disappointed?
It's such a read and it's so accurate. I have feelings about rope. I have feelings about knots. I can tell you about how people used to smoke rope. I can tell you about I got fun facts about rope, and that is the kind of person I am. If that's a type, I'm that type.
Do not be ashamed of your rope knowledge. I'm sure the doctor would appreciate you.
Yeah, I would have come in handy in this episode. I wonder if that bit made less sense to me than it did to you. It's like that whole time I was like, the fuck are you talking about? No, what?
Hey, he's trying to learn the language of rope.
The language of rope. Yeah, they're just like circuits.
I was too charmed by the doctor to care. Which is what it was.
It's a good approach.
And my last.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead.
My last rule is kind of an in memoriam.
Oh.
Take a shot for the Goblin King's exit.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's gnarly.
It is gnarly.
Oh my god.
The hell of a thing.
As charming and fun and light as the doctor is. Oh, yes. As kind of bouncy as the doctor is for most of this episode, the way he takes out the Goblin King is kind of brutal.
Which plays well into my final rule. Take a drink every time you see those gloves.
Oh, those gloves. So as light as this episode was, I think we got a taste of Ncuti acting range, right?
Yeah.
Because there were moments in there where at the drop of a hat he could be very serious and driven and motivated, and then doctory again. So I think that we've seen all of these emotions in the doctors before, but it's just like seeing them tied together like this is sure to make things more exciting, I think.
Yeah. I will say in this episode, it really felt to me like he was channeling Tennant. In the way that he had such wild swings from like quiet, dramatic presence to absolutely apoplectic excitement, or like chasing across the set trying to find a solution, or running back and forth to find the beginning and end of the crack, for example.
And I think that really makes sense considering he just regenerated.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think I buy that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I think Ncuti's instincts are very well honed.
Oh, he's such a powerhouse actor. So yeah,
absolutely.
I don't question for 1 second that he's got a plan.
I do hope that he stays in the TARDIS for a little while.
I heard this was his last season. He's only doing the 2.
Well,
but maybe that wasn't substantiated.
I haven't gotten confirmation that was the case. As far as I know, he would like to continue playing the Doctor.
Oh, that's good.
But it's things people say in the press, right? Like They can only hide so much. But just, selfishly, for me, please keep playing the Doctor.
Oh, please. Yeah. I've only seen this one episode, and already, like, I would watch 3, 5, 10 seasons of this guy. Like, please. Sign me up.
Yes.
Give me more.
I really want to touch base again when you watch more of this season. Maybe we'll even squeeze in another Doctor Who episode later on for the Christmas one once you catch up.
But, I mean, heck, we could do Doctor Who middle of the year.
That's true. It's always a good time for Who.
Yeah.
Yes, but until then, I don't even know if we really came to a conclusion with this episode, right?
Lightning round.
Lightning round.
What was your favorite moment from the episode? Like, favorite comedy moment?
Favorite comedy moment? I think it was meeting the Goblin King.
Okay, that's cool.
For me, I enjoyed that interaction.
For me, it was Grandma and her cup of tea. that was British as hell. I was here for it.
So
Absolutely.
British.
So British. Sold. Give me more of that. What was your favorite bit of Doctor Who technobabble?
Oh man, rope. The language of rope.
I found that infuriating personally. Did not like that. But his chunk of technobabble when he was staring out at the sky and figuring out how they traveled through coincidence, that was some peak Who nonsense. Mm-hmm. Loved that. What's the thing you hope comes back again later in an episode you haven't seen already? Something you haven't already seen come back that you'd like to.
That's the hard thing, because this season is very contained, almost.
Okay.
Contained as much as all of space and time can be contained, I guess.
Sure.
But if the gloves came back, that would be a fun callback.
Okay.
Yeah, because my initial response is a spoiler and does come back, but I'm gonna say the gloves.
Okay, great. I don't think I have a good answer for that other than the gloves. Like, the gloves are so cool. They're so dumb. Like, what a dumb. What a cheap giveaway. But at the same time, like, how often do we see the Doctor hanging off of stuff without a plot explanation for why it's possible?
Yes.
Sure. Stretchy gloves? Yeah. Sure. Sign that up. Put that keep those in your pocket, buddy.
Okay. One for you,
all right.
Ansel.
Lightning round.
What are you most excited to learn more about as the season progresses for you?
I think we already covered it. And it is purely my storyteller nonsense. But I think that the thing that is interesting about Doctor Who in New Who is figuring it out what each Doctor regeneration's deal is. Like,
okay.
what is the issue that this particular incarnation is trying to sort out about himself? And I am very excited to see what this incarnation of the Doctor's deal is.
All right. I can't wait till you get to Jonathan Groff.
Hell yeah.
I definitely want to talk about that more once you get there. Party people, don't spoil anything for Ansel. Don't tag him or hashtag him with spoilers of Doctor Who.
Actually, no. I'll take anything for engagement. Spoiler me.
And if you want to do that, then you can find us on the internet.
There it
is.
At
bsilverio20 on Instagram and Blue Sky and all the stuff.
Mm-hmm. I am at The Indecisionist on all of the Meta properties and Blue Sky. You can also check out my free monthly online gaming event at ttrpgpickupcon.com.
You can join the conversation by using the hashtag time2party. That's time the number 2 party.
As well as time the number 2's party, all spelled out, thanks to Warwick. Special thanks to April Moralba for our podcast art and to Marlon Longett of Marlon and the Shakes for our amazing theme song. This has been an Indecisionist production.
You can join us next time for another festive installment of Time to parentheses Christmas and parentheses party. That's the proper spelling.
That's it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, aren't we just the jolliest collection of assholes? That's not the line, but
I'm here for it.
Let's just continue to misquote lines from Christmas movies for the rest of the month.
I don't think we have to set that as a goal. That's just gonna happen.
It's just gonna happen. Well, party people, thanks for joining us while we do more Christmassy stuff. While we hang holly and jingle jangles, and
it's December 9th. We got stuff to do.
We got stuff to do. And while we're out Christmas shopping and all that good stuff, drinking hot chocolate, decorating trees, you know, be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes. That's a banger.